16 years old, no GCSEs, not even hit puberty yet, still a child, rescuing us, relying on the youth. Welcome back, everyone. What a great victory that was. I can't believe it. Let's give him a round of applause. Man, we had to rely on a child. The child is the reason why we won today. Arsenal, man, do you know what? People ask me, you're 33 years old, why are you so grey? It's because of this bloody team. People ask me, why have I got a hole in my beard? It's because of this bloody team, because I'm too busy doing this all the time. I had the game at 1-0, I'll be honest, but Arsenal, they managed to score 1 up on my prediction. No thanks to our boy, Max Darman. We have to actually, take Max Darman serious now. At 16 years old, hasn't done his GCSEs, came on and made a huge impact and scored his debut goal. The youngest Arsenal player in history to do that. That's a very, 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 very bold statement by him. Max Darman, when he came on, the amount of energy he put in and the way he was taking players on, I was like, yo, our boys Saka and Martinelli aren't doing what he's doing right now. And because of him, Gyökeres has another goal. Because of him, we walked away with a nice, comfortable victory of 2-0. Because of him, right now, we're sitting 10 points clear on top of the table. Obviously, City have 2 games in hand. Things can change. They got West Ham. I'm pretty sure they'll probably beat West Ham. But to go out and do that is crazy. At 16, what were you doing? I'll tell you what I was doing. I was crying to my mum about getting me World at War, Call of Duty. So, I mean, yeah, man. Was it a pretty game? No, it wasn't. But I feel like Arsenal definitely played better than they did against Leverkusen. We had more shots of it. Eze had about 3-4 shots outside the box. Tested Pickford. Martin had a few as well. I think the first 5 minutes, Arsenal looked quite energetic. I thought, you know what? This is going to be a 3-4-0. God's honest truth. That's what I had in my head. But as the game went on, it kind of went a bit flatline. Everton looked like they started to... Everton, I'll be honest as well, they could have scored a few. Yeah? That ninja block by Calafiori was probably one of the reasons why we never conceded, why the game wasn't shut off by Everton. And, I mean, even Dwight McNeil, he did a little curler shell outside the box, tested Raya, and, ultimately, that could have put us away, is what I'm trying to say. But the resilience by Arsenal was shown. They're carrying on, powering through, and that's the sign of champions. I think we can all agree. The sign of champions is you might have a bad game, but grinding it out until you get the 3 points at the end is what will make you lift up the silverware. The penalty. Now, the penalty, I believe, was blatant. I don't think there's any ifs or buts about it. Keane clearly steps on Kai Havertz's ankle. He goes down. It should be a penalty. Crystal clear. When it went to the VAR check during the game, because the match was still going on, I thought, yeah, once the ball goes off, VAR check, penalty, here we go. But ultimately, we never end up getting the penalty. This is karma because Everton were, they thought they were awarded the penalty in the first game we played against them. They never got it. So it's kind of even now, isn't it? But Max Darman, man, what a performance. 16 years old, looking like he has a bright future ahead. Saka, he looked like the Saka that I saw a few months ago. Getting into the turns, had a few shots here and there. So it was better than the Leverkusen game. That's the positive thing I could say about him. It's much better than what we saw against Leverkusen. Madueke as well didn't have a bad game on the left. I think he's more effective on the right. I think we can all agree that even though on the left he's decent, but on the right he's more electric, more direct, and can make more of an impact. Another player I want to talk about is Kai Havertz as well. I think he had a great game for the amount of time he was on. He got into that space which could have obviously led to a penalty. We never got it. But the turn and the space he was running into shows that, yeah, he's still a pinnacle part in this Arsenal team and this Arsenal journey to get the Premier League title. I still think him and Gyökeres on at the same time is what can really, really deal damage to the team. But tactical masterclass by Mikel Arteta, making the subs at the right time and choosing those specific players proved very, very crucial. Calafiori had the start today. He had a good game as well. Made that a very important block. But I think Hincapié coming on, just they got rid of that fatigue. And he made a crunching tackle at the end that went off for the corner, which then went on for that amazing run by Max Dowman, and then he managed to bag his first goal. I mean, you know what? Do you know what was really nice to see in that game? Is that when Max Dowman scored, all the players from the bench on the pitch rallied around him. They're so happy for him that he got his debut goal at such a young age. And, I think Max Dowman, it shows that everybody is rooting for him. Everybody's happy for him. And I think every time he played prior to this game, out of everyone on the pitch, myself included, we want him to score. Because he's such a talent. And he's worked extremely hard to get where he is at such a young age that he deserves the goals, man. He definitely deserves it. He's a quality player. He's a lefty, cuts inside, not greedy. That football maturity. I'm not saying he's complete package. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying at his age, that maturity he's displaying where he's not trying to prove something. He's trying to play as a team. And the players trust him. Eze could have, when Eze set him up, obviously he skied it, but just the trust he has to pass it to him in that moment when you've only got about 3-4 minutes left. I mean, that's a big thing. That's a big thing, and he should be extremely proud of that. But the 2 goals was clinical, man. I mean, Gyökeres, thankfully, was in there at the right place, tap in. And before that, Gyökeres never had a touch. So his most important touch of the game was a goal. And what is that now? 16 on the season. So it's great that a striker scores, of course. And then Martinelli as well. He obviously he didn't have much game time, but I'd say of all the subs, Max Dowman was the most impactful. Gyökeres' goal, obviously positioning, but he didn't really have much work to do. Kind of fell to him on the plate. And Max Dowman running from his own half past everyone and scoring. He still had a lot to do, So, yeah, man, Max Dowman, well done, mate. 2-0, solid victory, still top of the table. We'll be at the top of the table whether we lost or drew anyway. But it's just nice that we're keeping the momentum going. This Arsenal is definitely looking different, man. Definitely looking different. But it all comes down to now our next game. We have to take this as a game at a time. We have Bayer Leverkusen second leg. What will happen? Well, you're going to have to find out in my next video. So make sure you comment, like, share and subscribe if you stayed up to this point. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below about how you felt the game went today. Does Max Dowman deserve to carry on playing? Does he deserve to start? Do certain players on the pitch that started today or come off the bench need to remain in the same places? Like Gyökeres coming off the bench, is he more effective as a sub or as a starter? You let me know in the comments below. Till next time.